Good evening, everybody. And really, thank you so much, all of you, continuously to attend the Lamrim class, also other classes. Living in Singapore, is you have a very busy life. You are always busy with something. Still, you manage to come to TBC to attend the Dharma class. So once you attend the Dharma class, make sure, step number 1, you fully, completely understood the meaning of Dharma. Step number 2, which is you fully understood, you must apply your day-to-day life. Step number 3, while you applying the Dharma, your day-to-day life, make sure you won't have any discourage. Among the 3, understanding, practicing, having discourage. Among the 3, the first is very easy. Second is bit difficult, which is applying the Dharma. The third is very, very easy to have a discouragement. Therefore, the Lamrim book is very thick, very big. You cannot read all the sentences, but you try to select the main point of the each chapters. Not only that, then you must practice your day-to-day life. When you practice, you will have all the obstacles, all the difficulties always there. When you have all the obstacles and difficulties while you are practicing Dharma, still don't be discouraged. When you have, I always tell you, when you have the step number 1, which is when you have a good understanding of Dharma, it doesn't mean you already became a good person, happy person. Not yet. When you understand, that means you have all the information, all the knowledge in your mind. It doesn't mean you already become a good person, happy person, good heart person. Second, when you apply the Dharma, which is you learn from Lamrim books, which is you learn from other masters, learn from your Dharma brother and sister. So when you apply, then you start you to become good and happy person. If you don't apply the Dharma continuously, seriously, then one day you become good and very happy person. Next day you become very suffer, unhappy person, because you don't apply the antidotes continuously for 24 hours. If you don't apply the Dharma for 24 hours, then, your practice go up and down, never go up and up. Therefore, doesn't matter how much you learn, doesn't matter how much you learn, doesn't matter how many days and hours you spend, study your Dharma. Most important, you must practice how much you learn. If you don't practice, then it's very danger, because all the knowledge, all the good understanding can be cause to increase your ego, your jealousy, your attachment, also your hatred. Because if you don't apply, just have a knowledge, you can have a strong ego. This means you think I'm a really good Buddhist because I know everything. It increases your ego, also increase your attachment, because you're so attached about the knowledge. If you have a strong attachment about your Dharma knowledge, that means you are taking the medicine as a poison. Please make sure the Dharma, the knowledge which you have, the Dharma knowledge should not be cause to increase your ego and attachment and hatred and anger. Make sure all the knowledge of Dharma can be the best medicine to reduce all the negative thoughts, ego, attachment, desire, ignorance. So, first you must study, second you must practice, third you must practice continuously. If you really, want to be happy person, if you really want to be, you want to have a happy mind, practice the Dharma, not just study. So when we talk about how I can practice Dharma, many people said, if you want to practice Dharma, you need to buy, Buddha statue or Tsong-kha, photos, painting, set up in, corner of your house. Because in Singapore, you don't have a proper, sharan room. You must, many people says, many, Sangha also said, you must have a, small altar. Then you can set up all the offering, put the, Buddha's image, painting, whatever, or other, gurus, or other Buddhas. Then, second, they ask, always you make a offering, offer the light, offer the incense, offer the fruits, offer the water. Then, third, they will say, you must do a lot of chanting, recitation. Of course, you have to do all of them. But those are not the most important. Make sure. Of course, when you practice Dharma, you have to do within your mind, within your inside. Just, we are a Buddhist. We follow the Buddha Shakyamuni. Buddha Shakyamuni spent 6 years in the forest only, doing practice, only doing meditation. Definitely, he didn't have image of the Buddha. He didn't do a lot of offering. He didn't do a lot of prostration, right? Mainly, he focused on meditation. When he did meditation, he always tried to use the antidotes, many antidotes, all the antidotes to reduce, first reduce, minimize, finally eliminate, right? So for us, the most time we spend with, I said usually the religious activities, or religious culture, set up proper altar, making some offering, do some prostration, some chanting, then finish our one-day practice. So when your knowledge of Dharma increase, then you must spend less time about the religious activities like making offering, chanting, recitation, so and so. You spend more time with your practice. So the practice there's only two practices. Two practices, just simple. The practice, you must increase your positive attitudes. decrease your negative attitudes. If you always try to increase your positive attitudes, you feel you are more happy. You have less confusion. Also, when you try to decrease the affect emotion, then also you feel, I'm become more happy person. Also, you can feel I have a less confusion. I have a less anger, less attachment, less hatred. The last year I have really hates, my colleague, my relatives, my, like neighbors. This year I don't have a really sense of hate. That means through study of Dharma, through study of Lamrim, you are getting some kind of, positive change in your mind. Sometimes the more you learn Dharma, the more you have a lot of negative thoughts. It is not good sign. No good sign. So, in order to decrease the negative thoughts, there's a few steps. Step number one, if I ask you directly, you must practice emptiness. It's too much for you. If I ask you to practice bodhicitta, you cannot. Even if you try, you cannot. If I ask you, step number one, as a beginner, you must practice the 10 virtues. Adopt the 10 virtuous actions. And abandon, the 10, the negative actions. Then for you, very easy. That's why this Lamrim at the beginning said, there's so many practices. The 10 virtuous actions are the foundation to practice the small scope path, middle, and Bodhisattva paths. If you don't have the 10 virtuous action, if you're not able to practice, not able to adopt the 10 virtuous actions, then you cannot practice bodhicitta, you cannot practice great compassion. Because you're not able to control the anger, hatred. If you're not able to control the anger, then you won't have the pure compassion. You won't have the great compassion. You must know, each of the 10 virtuous action has an important meaning. So, the last class we learned the 10 virtuous actions and 10, not non-virtuous actions. So what are the 10 non-virtuous actions? What are the 10 non-virtuous actions? Number 1, killing. Make sure killing. Number 2, stealing. Number 3, sexual misconduct. Number 4, lying. Right? So 3 are the physically, 3 for mainly, from physical. Then next, number 4, lying. Number 5, divisive speech. Then number 6, offensive speech. Number 7, senseless speech. Number 9, 8, covetousness, right? Then number 9, malice. Number 10, wrong views. Now look at among the 10s. First, they put killing. Killing, right? Killing. Why killing is number one? Not stealing number one. Killing number one. They put the number one. Killing. When we think about killing, killing someone, or killing human being, or killing, non-human being. Non-human being referred to even though sentient being, not human. When we kill someone or somebody, we kill with the three altitudes. Three altitudes, right? So we must know there are the four elements. Basis, then altitude, performance, accumulation or conclusion. Okay? All actions. First we need a basis. For example, when we run somewhere, we need a ground. We need a place or space to run. Basis. Number 2, altitude. Number 3, performance. Number 4, accumulation or conclusion. Same meaning, right? Basis. So when we killed, we cannot kill tree, flower. When we say, we destroyed, we cut the tree, we destroyed the tree, but we cannot say, I killed. Killed means taking someone's life. Killed. Then is the basis. Basis must be among the 10 non-virtues. Basis must be human being. The human being must be other human being, not killing yourself. Other basis. Then altitude has a 3. What are the 3? Perception, motivation, afflictions. 3. Look at. So when we killed somebody, so we are killing the living being. Okay, living being here, this context, living being must be who has mind, who has a feeling. The tree, the plants, not referred to be, living being. Then, when we kill, then there must be the thoughts, must be a mind, right? Without mind, without motivation, without having any thoughts, you cannot act anything. All action act with the motivation, perception, affliction. Right? That's when we done the 3 altitude. First, perception. You need a certain, percept to do something. Then you have a motivation. Then you have a afflictions. So when we kill someone, the motivation must be what? Desire. You wish to kill. You have a strong desire to kill someone. That means among the 3,000, the desires there. Then, motivated by anger, hatred. Right? Then it involves, 3 afflicted 3 mind poison. So among the 10, killing is one of the worst action. Among the 3 poison mind, anger is one of the worst negative thoughts. That's why, in order to reduce, the negative thoughts, first you must reduce anger and hatred. Right? So reducing anger is not that easy. Even though the basic practice is not that easy. Reducing anger, you can be patient with terrible person for 1 day or 2 days, 3 days. You cannot be patient for forever. Right? That's why the reducing anger is not easy. Somehow you must know anger is very bad. When I'm very angry, I'm not happy. Also, other people make unhappy. Right? When you think about the consequence of anger, then you have a strong motivation to reduce the anger. That means the four of them you must apply for the 10 actions. So killing, the opposite of killing is killing, saving, or not killing or saving life. So it's not killing. So if you don't want to kill anybody, then first also you have a strong desire not killing anybody. Then motivation must be compassion. Motivation must be love. If you have a compassion, if you have a really love towards everybody, then you're not going to kill anybody. Right? The killing action complete by, the negative thoughts, then the saving life, not killing anybody, is completely done with the positive minds. Again, look at increase the positive attitude, decrease the negative attitudes. Right? That means I ask you to do the homework for the 10 virtues on 10 non-virtuous actions. Then before we move the new topic, there's a few quotation. I think you okay, at the beginning, right? So before you practice any 10 virtues action, or before you try to stop the 10 virtuous action, first you need to know the 4, right? The characteristic of karma. 4. Number 1, the karma is certainty of karma. Number 2, modification of karma, lepelwa. Number 3, you are not experiencing the result, effects, which is you not done the karma. Then number 4, the not perish. Look at, very important, right? If you accumulate positive karma, the positive karma also is certain you will experience the result. If you accumulate negative karma, also definitely the result you will experience. You will have the result. So this life, next life, after next life. That means you must think the karma is certainly I need to experience the consequence of, the positive actions. I will experience the consequence of the positive actions. You must need a strong conviction, is certainty of the karma, right? Then when you think, what is the consequence? What is the effect of the negative karma? Then the misery, the sufferings, the problems, all of them result of the negative karma, right? Therefore, if you wish to eliminate the negative karma, eliminate the suffering, then you must eliminate the negative karma. If you wish to wish to have a happiness, then you must have the positive karma. That means the certainty of karma. The number 2, modification of karma. Doesn't matter positive karmas or negative karmas. both of these going to increase. So how we can stop? We wish, we really wish the positive karma always increase, endlessly. Also, we wish the negative karma should not increase. Right? How we can stop? So, according to Buddha teaching, so Buddha said, if you recite the 100, syllable mantra of Vajrasattva Samaya, or the Vajrasattva mantra, for 25 times every day, it stops to increase. I think 21 or 25, 21 is stopped to increase. 21, right? It's quite easy, right? That means every evening you recite 21 times. Then it stopped to increase the negative actions. Then if you recite, like 100 times or 1,000 times, 100,000 times, then it decreases. Then you recite, millions of times, then we believe it eliminate. So whatever, for you, very simple practice, every day you can recite the 100 syllable mantra for 21 times. If you cannot, then you just try to remember all the negative actions which you have accumulated today, yesterday, last year, or since you were born, or since beginning last time until now, I have accumulated a lot of negative karmas. Just recall all the negative karmas and wish to, eliminate, reduce, wish to stop, to increase. Just pray to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, and recite the short mantra, which is Om Banzar Sato Hum. Is short one. You did this one also have to, it's help to stop to increase. Then, number 3, right. That means whatever you experience, that means definitely you had accumulated the karma. If you experience the happiness every day, that means you definitely you accumulate the positive actions. If you always experience the suffering or misery, that means you had accumulated the negative action in the previous life, or maybe this life, or maybe yesterday, we never know. Right? That means whatever you accumulate the action, you will experience the result. Then number 4, no perish. That means I told you there's 2 different views. One's, it depends on the philosophical school. So first you think about the 4 characteristics of karma. Then I ask you to do, homework, which is the basis, altitude, performance, and accumulation. Each of the, negative karmas. So once you learn, the 4, the basis, altitude, performance, accumulation, then you will feel, yes, I accumulate, the complete negative karma. I accumulate, the complete positive karma, because you will know, you will know all the conditions. Otherwise, many people say, oh, you have done this one, you accumulate, bad karma. Yes, the karma, bad karma, but we never know how much the karma I have accumulated. Is it complete or it is halfway? Right? Therefore, you really need to know the 4, elements: basis, altitude, performance, and accumulation or accumulation. Within the altitudes, very important ones: motivation, then perception, then afflictions. Right? That means it's very easy. Everybody in once more you go the page by page. Now there's, I think, I noticed there's a little bit, is bit difficult to understand for you somewhere. There's a karma, variety of karma. Okay, page number 227. 227, first, second, third, the fourth paragraph. Sorry, first, second, third paragraph. With respect to these 10 non-virtues, you may, is very important, okay, you may undertake killing, offensive speech, and malice with any of the 3 mental poisons. Okay, that means killing, offensive speech, malice, any of the 3 mental poison. Undertake. That means motivated by any of the 3 mental poison. Then, but you bring them to accumulation with the hostility. Right? That means killing, offensive speech, malice can be motivated by one of the 3 mental poison. What are the 3 mental poison? Ignorance, attachment, anger and hatred, or anger or hatred. Motivated by one of the 3. But bring them to the accumulation is complete by what? Hostility. Right? That means you killed someone, we kill someone with the ignorance. We don't know much about good and bad, we just kill something or somebody or someone, some living being, because we don't know. We just killed. Also nowadays, at the ancient time, also in nowadays, you can see in India and Nepal, particular Nepal, I think, for the fourth month, they killed, I think, 100,000s of animal like cow, sheep, goats, like and chicken. They killed hundreds of thousands of animal. They killed. They thought it's a good practice. That means they killed based on ignorance, or they killed on sense of attachment with their culture, their tradition, their religion. That means killing can be killed, the killing can be motivated by one of the 3 mental poison, but complete with the hostility. Yes. So when you have enemy, then you wish to kill. This time there's a motivation, perception, and at the end, when you killed, you feel so happy. You really, hate the person. That's what hostility. That means motivation, accumulation. Next one, you may undertake the stealing one, right? Stealing. Number 2, sexual misconduct and covetousness with any of the 3 mental poisons same. But you bring them to the accumulation only with the attachment. Right? That means number 1, killing. Number 2, offensive speech, malice. Those actions can be motivated by 3 mental poison, but complete with the hostility. Okay, hostility. Then next one, lying. No, you may undertake the stealing. Stealing, sexual misconduct, covetousness with any of the three mental poisons, but you bring them to accumulation only with the attachment. That means this action can be motivated by one of the three mental poisons, complete with the attachment. Right? When you have an attachment towards, the person, you have an attachment towards the object. When you have a sexual misconduct, also you have an attachment with your sensation, attachment with the person, and also the covertiveness, make groups, make a different, also attachment. Then finally is attachment. The next one, as for lying, derisive speech, and senseless speech, you may both undertake them and bring them to accumulation with any of the three mental poison. Like, that means both undertake them, that means can be attachment, can be, sense that you may both undertake them and bring them accumulation, three mental poison. Yeah. Well, let's see on this. Both refer to what? Machin lemba dolo nabso tuksum ki tsombra chela, there's zun tama tsizu nga kyal, ni tsomba dan tarachimba, nika, yeah. The lying, then, which one, lying? Then, yeah. Or three, this can be motivated by the mental poison, or can be complete by three mental poison, right? Yeah. Then, senseless. There's another, I think. The wrong view, right? You may undertake the wrong view with any of the three mental poison, but you bring it to accumulation only with the delusion. Delusion, this context is ignorance. Okay, wrong view. So wrong view. So it is not just enough, when you open the Lamrim, you will understand, right? So then you must know, the number one, killing, offensive speech, malice, motivated with the three mental poison, complete with the hostility. Then stealing, sexual misconduct, and covetousness with any of the three mental poison, but you bring them to accumulation only with the attachment. You must know this one. Next one, another important, the next paragraph. Among these 10 actions, right? Among these 10 actions are intention. Among these 10, intentions are actions. Yet they are not part of the action. That means karma, karma path. Karma patha or karma path. What does it mean? Among the 10, the negative, actions or positive action. Doesn't matter. Among these 10, intention or action. Right? Intention or action. Yet, they are not the path of the action. What does mean? Among the 10, intention or action. Yet they are not part of action. Do you know this one, the meaning? So there's a 10 karmas. Right? Look at, among the 10 mean there's a 10 actions. There's a 10 karmas. But intention or action. Intention. Then, in order to know this meaning, next look at the 7 non-virtuous actions of body and speech are not only actions but are also part of the actions, because body and speech are the basis of the intended operation. The 3 mental non-virtues, covetousness and so on, are the path of the action but are not actions. Right? It's very interesting words.
Mental is not an action.
Action.
Because the last part when he talked about the
Yeah.
free mental, so I was thinking, so mental is never an action, even it's a mental activity, it's not an action. Because the karma and the path, karma-pada, the way that it presents over here is very clear that anything that is formed, has form, sounds like it has forms, that is karma-pada. And anything that has karma-pada definitely will have the intention, which is the form, the consciousness part, right? So the karma is actually talk about the mental action.
No. Oh, no. First, we have to know, here, look at, they differentiate, right? Make a differentiation. The 7 among the 10, the physical and verbal action, right? Among the 7 non-virtuous actions, non-virtuous actions of body and speech are not only actions, but are also part of the actions. That means the 7 actions, which is body from speech, those are both action as well as action of the path. 7. Yeah. The 7 non-virtuous action of body and speech are not only action, but are also part of the actions. That means among the 10, the 7 are action as well as action of the path. Action of the path. But among the 10, the last 3, the mental action, right? There are 3. What are the 3? Covetousness, malice, wrong views. Those are 3 mental non-virtues, are part of action but are not actions. Not actions.
Physically done is not an action. We can think about it.
Okay. So, this is very important because first we need to know the meaning of intention. Meaning of intention. Because Vasubandhu said in the Abhidharma Goka, Le lenji ten naso ki tene semba tangji tehe ludanga le. Then actually all actions, right? All actions. The physical action, verbal action, mental action, those are action. Action. Action act by intention. All the action can be act with the intention. Intention. So, intention is kind of motivation. So before we kill someone, before we steal something, we have a intention. The intention is what? Is the action. Actual action is the intention. Due to the intention, there's a physical action, verbal action, mental action, right? Action. Now, within the 10 action, you need to differentiate. Someone is action as well as part of the action. Someone is just only action, not the part of the action. For example, malice, wrong views. They are the not path. Look at next meaning here. Here in English is quite clear. Yet they are not part of the action. The 7 non-virtuous actions of the body and speech are not only action but are also part of the action because body and speech are the basis of the intended operation. Right? Operation. When you have a wrong view, wrong perception, the wrong perception is in the mental level. It's just mental level. When you need to act as a wrong viewer. So that viewer means who have a wrong view. For example, you have an intention to say like a offensive speech. You have intention. But in order to act, need to act by verbally. Right? Verbally. Without saying anything, you cannot have a offensive speech. The offensive speech is the, the kind of the part to act the actions. This means the body and speech are the part which is the basis to act the actions. That's why it's quite clear. Look at. Because body and speech are the basis of the intended operation or action. Right? You must know these parts. The next, another important distinction of weight. The negative, the karma or positive karma is good or bad, is different meaning. The action is bad or not, also is a different meaning. Now we need to learn a little bit about the weight of the 10 parts of the non-virtuous action. Then number 2, the criteria for powerful actions. Now the weights of the 10 parts of the non-virtuous action, there are 5 causes. Okay, 5 causes. 5. Number 1, altitude. Number 2, performance. Number 3, absence of antidotes. Number 4, the perverse. Number 5, the basis. Okay, look at. There are 5 causes that make an action weighty, heavier, right? Weighty. Unexemplified by killing, there are follows action of killing that are weighty due to altitude, due to performance. Number 2, performance. Number 3, absence of antidotes. Number 4, due to clinging to the perverses, right? Clinging. Then number 5, due to id basis. Basis. Okay, please try to remember what are the 5 causes to become the action heavier, weighty. Number 1, altitude. Number 2, performance. Number 3, absence of antidotes. Number 4, clinging to perverse. The number 5, basis. Okay, now just before looking your Lamrim book, so in order to become, weighty or heavier, there are 5 causes. What are the 5 causes? Number 1, altitude. Number 2, performance. Number 3, absence of an antidote. Number 4, clinging to perverses. Number 5, the basis. Basis, okay? Simply, that means now if I engage this action, this negative action, the action can be heavy, can be light or very light. It depends on how much condition involve it. Okay? Now we need altitudes. Weighty due to the altitudes are those done with the intensest form of 3 mental poisons. When you complete the negative action with the 3 mental poison, then the negative action become very heavy, very weighty. 3 together, not only ignorance, attachment, anger. If you have done this negative action, then you consider the negative action is very heavy because it's done with the 3 mental poison together. Then performance. Killing that is weighty due to performance include. Now killing with a mind delighting and the being glad about taking life. That's why people like to kill. There's a 7, right? Performance, due to the performance, how you act, how you kill. That's why, very unfortunate, sometimes you can see, everybody has seen, there's a part of where they play with the cow, right? Yeah, span. Look at, they really like play with the cow and just kill, And also, every day when I go for a walk in the Kelang River, so first I was very upset, also quite angry, because we can understand that people do a lot of fishing. Yes, if they do the fishing for eating, still we can accept. Yes, he really want to eat. Maybe they don't have enough money to buy fish from market, or they want to have a, you can say, fresh meat. If they do the fishing to kill, still we can understand. They do the fishing for what? Sport. For enjoying. Wow, can you imagine, the hook go in the mouth? It's so painful. It's okay, just kill, eat. Because still I can accept. They do the fishing as a sport, as an enjoyment. You cannot. Right? That means this kind of killing also very heavy, because delighting in being glad about taking life or the taking life in the future. Number 2, engage in the action yourself, causing other to take it up, the pressing it. Also, you are kill someone, somebody kills someone, you say, you are great, you are hero, you are very good. If you have this kind of, then all eyes become heavier. Then absence. A killing that is weighty due to the absence of an antidote is on that is done. Then that's why I said, of course, as an ordinary beings, as a very beginner of the practitioner, we cannot have always pure actions. We cannot, because due to the circumstances, due to different reasons, we cannot have. Someday you don't have any choice. You have to engage in certain negative actions. You have no choice. You have to do, otherwise you cannot survive, otherwise you cannot have a job. It's no good, but you have to. You have no choice. This kind of action, yes, we can say it's no good, but every day when you come back to your home, you do, kind of purification. Do some chanting, recitation, meditation with a sense of regret about the negative actions. Right? That's why one time somebody asked question to Dalai Lama. Actually, he didn't say very clearly, then he said clearly, I know we doing, certain job. The job is really, bad. If I don't involve, I will lose my job. If I involve, I know it's not good. What should I do? That's why some of people say, oh, what is your business? I'm selling wine. I have a wine shop. There's certain definitely somebody say, oh, you are Buddhist. No good, you should not sell. So how that person can survive? If you have a option, oh, you don't sell wine, I give you a shop, come, I give you a job. The people happily give up the business. But they don't have any choice. They have to survive, not only in him or her, also the children, relatives. You should not say it's bad. Right? If there's other option, then you can give other option. Hey, you can stop to do this business, I give you this opportunity. If the business is better, then person will take the job. Then this kind of action, people have been doing without having any options. We should not consider this kind of action is very bad. Also, some of do job for the fishing, bring a lot of fish, separate the big fish, small fish. This kind of action. Also, they don't have any choice. But we must know they don't have choice. We should not consider, they have a bad job. But every day, we must do, certain kinds of purification to purify all the negative actions. With the regret, do certain mantra, chanting, recitation, or meditation. It doesn't mean you must, purify all the negative action every day. This is okay. Absence, right? If you don't apply the antidotes, then the karma become more heavier. Then killing that is weighty due to the clinging to the previous is that done in the reliance on any sort of wrong view. So they're clinging with the kind of misunderstanding, misperception. Then he mentioned here, right? It's mentioned very clearly here. They're done in the reliance on any sort of wrong views. For example, they are those who kill of the desire to be religious, relying on the view of those who make animal sacrifice. They think that this is no fault, is slaughtering is livestock because the Lord of the all beings created them to be used. Because people have been doing this kind of, killing, have been killing this animal because of the wrong view, ignorance or desire, attachment. This kind of consider, heavier. This is, you must know these 5 elements, then you can consider which is heavier, which is not heavier. Or somebody have done some action, you must think it is heavy or light, very light. So those are very important to know. Then each of, each of the 10 non-virtues is compared with heavier. Now, it's not that difficult. Killing, now stealing. Due to the basis, if it is, I think next page number 229, all of them is, compared like stealing, sexual misconduct, lying, divisive speech, offensive speech, all of them it become heavier, weighty because of this and that reason. So everybody go page by page. There's no any difficult to, nothing difficult to understand. Okay, so you must go through all the pages until page number end of the 230. Again, you must learn all the 4 conditions for the 10 non-virtues. Also, you must learn how the action become, weighty due to that reason. Then also you must learn each of them. Each of the non-virtuous action become weighty because that reason. For example, killing a cow or killing fish, which is more heavier. Cow, or you can say Sam. Yeah, the person says Sam. Of course, they thought, both of these living being. I'm taking the cow life, I'm taking the fish life. Still, I'm taking the life. I'm killing the living being. Yes, also have a good reason. The person who said killing cow is more heavier than the killing fish, because the body is much bigger. When you kill, cow, you have to go through. It takes time to complete. Killing fish, you just chop up, finish. The fish go through, have a short suffering. But nowadays, we really, when we think about how they killed, cow, pork, chicken in the factory. In the ancient time, how people kill animal by knife, like it takes time. Now, very fast, within, I don't know how. And also one thing, I want to say here, few things, few concepts, as a Buddhist, we should not use this kind of terms. I said a few times in the past, when we eat like chicken, say, I'm eating, I want to have a meat, I eat chicken. When you have a fish and prawn, what do you say? I don't eat meat, I eat seafood. Seafood. Right? The fish, prawn, all of these consider food. Food from where? Sea. The word, the concept is no good. As a Buddhist, we should not say seafood. You can say, I eat, meat which is grow on the land. I eat meat which is grow in the sea and water. We should not say seafood. Right? Another concept, we say fish farm, chicken farm, right? Cow farm. That means the chicken, the pig, the cow which is rest in the certain area. It look like you are farming potato, fruits, cow, right? Fish farm. No. Right? It's not good. The term, we should not say fish farm, seafood. And, of course, many of you, I'm not, I think most of you are vegetarian, which is very good. You keep continuously be, it's very good, I really appreciate be vegetarian. If you have a sudden, health problem, then, yes, you can take, the medicine, like the meat, like a meat from water, meat from land, whatever you take the meat as a medicine. Because Buddha Shakyamuni says, I will accept the food, right? I will accept the food. I'm eating the food as a medicine. Food as a medicine, not for fatty, not for flexible, not for strong. Because many people eat food in order to be more fatty, in order to eat the food in order to have a very flexible body, in order to have a very strong body. That means when you eat the food, then you have a attachment. When you accept the food as a medicine, you should not have any attachment. Therefore, whenever you eat food or drink, you must say, I'm eating this food, I'm drinking this drink in order to just survive. Just in order to survive my body, not for for strong, not for flexible body, not for more like a fatty. This is how you should have a motivation when you eat the food. Okay, so homework. Make sure you must know all the 4 things, each of the negative actions. Also, you must know how the action become more weighty due to that reason. Also, each of the negative action become weighty because of this reason. Then next we have a study, the brief discussion of the criteria for powerful actions. Okay, so again, I will really request all of you, since simply we just think, before I'm not Buddhist, let's say simply, before I wasn't Buddhist, I was just simple, very simple person, no religion, I was free thinker. Then second, you follow religion, or you believe in religion, you try to practice religion. Since you need to compare which life is better, which which time you have a happier time, before believe in religion, after believe your religion. If you notice, before I was free thinker, I wasn't religious. I was more happy than after I follow religion. If you feel this way, this means there's something wrong. Something wrong with your understanding of Dharma, wrong with the practice of your Dharma. Make sure you must compare. Then after you follow religion, any type of religion, or maybe previous you follow Hinduism or Islam or Christianity, or second you become Buddhist, also you must compare. Or before I was Hindu, I was Muslim, I was Christian, I was Jewish, now I am Buddhist. After you become Buddhist, also you must compare which moment is more happier, before that religion, after this religion. If you think, I changed my religion, but I cannot have any, different. You cannot see any differences. That means again there's something wrong. Then after you follow, Buddhism, then I said step number 1, have a good understanding. Step number 2, practice. Step number 3, practice. Should not have any, discourage, right? Discourage. Having discourage very easy. Very easy. I met few people. One of the person, I think he follow one of the famous Tibetan Rinpoche, and due to that reason, the person has a lot of religious object, like a Buddha statue, Tsong-kha-pa, he or she became Buddhist, he or she followed the Rinpoche mainly in order to be rich. Rich, I want to be rich, I want to be Buddhist. I want to reach, I want to follow this Rinpoche. Then, after a few years, he or she bought the Thangka or Buddha statue, do a lot of chanting, pray, he or she never become rich, become more poor. Because he or she spent a lot of money for the Buddha statue, Thangka, making donation, become more poor. Then he thought, I don't think, that the religion can help me to be more rich. Then he wants to throw away all the religious objects, the Thangka, the statue. He or she wants to throw away. Because he or she follow the Dharma in order to be rich. This is totally wrong. If you really follow Dharma, purely, seriously follow Dharma, you will definitely, no doubt, you will become very poor. Definitely. Because you should not have a sense of attachment with your money and position, right? You will become poor. Right? This is wrong. You should think, I want to practice Dharma because I want to be a happier person. Right? I want to have a happy life. I want to give more happy life my family. It's perfect. So that's why, please, everybody, I know, I really appreciate all of you, if attend the Dharma class, even though you have been so busy, since morning till evening, you are busy with your family, your job, and so still you try to come and, learn the Dharma. So, my responsibility, I just try to explain. My job is finished. I just explain, my job is finished. Your responsibility, listen, study, practice seriously. You have a more responsibility than me. Okay? So please everybody practice Dharma seriously. It's good for this moment. It's a really, really, very, very good for in the future when you retire. Some of you already retire. When you become very old, nobody around you. Even though you are, children's, maybe someone in Malaysia, someone in Europe, some in America, you are alone. You will have a what? Very lonely feeling. Lonely feeling. And you want to be happy, you watch TV, then you cannot see much very clearly. Right? Then you use the glass like a thick glass, looking like this. Then you cannot see, then you then finally you are not happy watching TV. Then listening music, go certain music players. You are too old. Nobody, come with you, speak with you. Then you feel, I'm too old. Then what? You feel so lonely. Then you have a very strong regret. I spent a lot of money. I raised my children. All of that has gone. Now I'm too old. Nobody help me. Then, when you have a good understanding of Dharma, then no need to worry watching TV. You read Dharma book. You cannot read. You just practice, do meditation. Okay? So thank you, and you can do the dedication prayers.